Lewis Hamilton's weekend at the Austrian GP shocked fans and experts alike, as the seven-time world champion faced uncharacteristic difficulties throughout the free practice sessions. Despite Ferrari's highly anticipated aerodynamic upgrades to the SF25, the results delivered a harsh reality. From the very beginning in FP1, Hamilton's weekend was derailed when a gearbox failure robbed him of crucial track time on a circuit where precision and rhythm are paramount. The alpine scenery of Spielberg usually offers thrilling battles, but instead, it laid bare Ferrari's struggles, leaving Hamilton battling his own car rather than his rivals. By FP2, the technical issue had been addressed, but Hamilton only managed to secure a dismal 10th position, finishing nearly a full second behind McLaren's Lando Norris. The gravity of the situation was clear. This was not a simple setback in setup. It pointed to deeper cracks in Ferrari's machinery and their coordination as a team. The gearbox failure in FP1 was more than just an inconvenience. It was a disastrous start to Hamilton's weekend. Missing valuable laps on a demanding circuit like Spielberg placed Hamilton on the back foot immediately. Known for its short lap length and high-speed corners, the Red Bull Ring requires precision and consistency, both of which are heavily reliant on extensive practice. This lost track time hindered not only Hamilton's ability to familiarize himself with the updated SF25, but also disrupted the critical process of fine-tuning the car's setup for race day. By FP2, with the technical issues seemingly resolved, there was hope for recovery. However, Hamilton's pace remained alarmingly off-target, clocking in a lap time nearly 1 second slower than McLaren's Lando Norris, signaled far more significant issues than a disrupted rhythm. Instead of improvement, this gap underscored glaring deficiencies in Ferrari's package: mechanical fragilities, aerodynamic inconsistencies, and an apparent inability to put Hamilton into a competitive zone. It was not just a failure of engineering, but also of strategy and execution, with Hamilton visibly struggling to extract any confidence from the car. What was meant to be a turning point for Ferrari with its latest upgrades quickly transformed into a showcase of deeper systemic problems. List of issues plaguing Ferrari and Hamilton grew more concerning as the weekend unfolded. Chief among them was the unpredictability of the SF25. Even with the new aerodynamic updates, the car continued to exhibit inconsistent behavior. Corner entry stability was erratic, leaving Hamilton struggling to find confidence under braking, while mid-corner balance shifted unpredictably with each lap, making the car a handful to control. For a driver known for his precision and adaptability, these flaws turned the SF25 into an opponent rather than a tool for competition. Adding to the on-track struggles were clear breakdowns in communication within the Ferrari camp. During the second practice session, miscommunication between Hamilton and his race engineer, Riccardo Adami, culminated in a clumsy moment where Hamilton blocked another driver, earning him a penalty. This incident highlighted a lack of synchronization between the team and its star driver, an issue that only magnified the frustration surrounding Ferrari's struggles. Hamilton's mental state was another visible casualty of the weekend's challenges. Known for his ability to remain composed under pressure, the seven-time champion seemed increasingly exasperated as setbacks mounted. Team radio exchanges conveyed his growing dissatisfaction, with Hamilton openly questioning the decisions made by the pit wall. This disconnect extended beyond technical matters, reflecting a strain in the relationship between Hamilton and the team as trust appeared to waver. Ferrari, a team steeped in history and expectations, seemed incapable of providing the support their star driver needed to mount a strong showing in Austria. For Hamilton, whose legacy rests on his ability to extract maximum performance from any machinery, the SF25 represents an uncharacteristic stumbling blocker, machine whose potential remains tantalizingly out of reach. In striking contrast to Ferrari's chaotic weekend, McLaren delivered a near-flawless display at the Austrian GP, with both Lando Norris and Austrian Piastri showcasing exceptional pace and consistency. From the opening session, McLaren's MCL60 appeared dialed in, with Norris leading the charge by consistently setting competitive lap times. Piastri, though less experienced, demonstrated remarkable composure and adaptability, contributing to McLaren's dominant presence during the practice sessions. Their times weren't just fast, they were consistently so, indicating a car that not only excels in single-lap scenarios, but also promises strong race pace. This precision was the result of a carefully orchestrated development program, a program that Ferrari seemed to lack. One of McLaren's biggest advantages lies in their technical stability. The upgrades introduced to the MCL60 earlier in the season have been refined methodically, enabling the team to unlock top-tier performance without sacrificing reliability. The car's aerodynamic package delivered efficient downforce generation, ensuring both stability through high-speed corners and agility in tighter sections of the track. Furthermore, their suspension setup proved superior, granting both drivers the ability to exploit the track limits confidently without the unpredictability that plagued Hamilton's SF25. These technical achievements were complemented by meticulous pre-race preparation, allowing the MCL60 to adapt seamlessly to Spielberg's unique demands. Equally noteworthy was McLaren's seamless communication and cohesive team dynamic. Team principal Andrea Stella and the engineers maintained clear and decisive exchanges with their drivers, ensuring tire strategies, track evolution, and adjustments were optimized. Unlike Ferrari's lapses, McLaren's operational precision left no room for error, instilling confidence in their drivers to focus entirely on execution. Norris, in particular, flourished under this environment, pushing the limits of the MCL60 to take full advantage of every opportunity. The result was not simply an impressive performance, it was a masterclass in coordination and development, one Ferrari could only envy. The implications for Ferrari and Hamilton's season are nothing short of dire, as the cracks in their operation threatened to derail what was supposed to be a triumphant chapter for both driver and team. Hamilton joined Ferrari amid high expectations, with hopes of reviving the Scuderia's championship-winning legacy, while cementing his own status as one of the sport's all-time greats. However, with every race weekend that passes, it becomes increasingly clear that Ferrari's inability to resolve its technical shortcomings is stymieing Hamilton's chances of achieving a competitive resurgence. The SF25's unpredictability and subpar performance in Austria provide little reassurance. As the season progresses, particularly since other teams like McLaren continue closing the gap to the top of the grid. McLaren's recent Austrian GP display further underscored the stark contrast in organizational efficiency between the two storied teams. Historical parallels only deepen Ferrari's embarrassment. The team's struggles echo their infamous mid-2010s slump, during which their inability to develop a competitive package left champions like Fernando Alonso repeatedly thwarted. Much like Alonso then, Hamilton now faces the same frustrating battle, a highly skilled driver shackled by machinery that can't match his ambitions. Meanwhile, McLaren's resurgence brings to mind their 2020 revival when methodical teamwork and a clear development direction allowed them to claw back into contention. If Ferrari does not address both its technical and operational flaws with urgency, the team risks not only squandering Hamilton's extraordinary talent, but also losing the momentum needed to keep pace with a surging midfield. The Austrian GP served as a loud wake-up call for Ferrari, amplifying the urgency to address its systemic issues if it hopes to salvage its season with Hamilton at the helm. The questions are no longer about incremental changes or weekend-specific adjustments. This is a crisis of identity for the team. Can Ferrari rediscover the precision and innovation that once defined its glory years? And more importantly, can Lewis Hamilton, a driver whose career has thrived on relentless excellence, afford the cost of aligning his ambitions with a team so clearly adrift? The partnership between these two giants of Formula One is a gamble that promised redemption for both. Yet the path forward seems murkier with every race. Time is running out, and while rivals surge ahead with momentum, Ferrari must undergo a transformation. Not just on the technical front, but culturally and operationally to rebuild the trust and efficiency required to compete at the top. Fans are left to ponder, will this storied collaboration fulfill its potential, or will it join the annals of partnerships that fell short under the weight of expectation? One thing is certain, there is no room for half measures in a sport as unforgiving as Formula One. Asterisk.